Hello Algebra 1. Today we are going to be starting Unit 6. This is Day 1, which is Inequality Review. So the first question we have is, given 3x minus 6y is greater than negative 20, is negative 4, 3 a solution? And the easiest way to do this is to just go ahead and plug these numbers into our inequality. So our x is negative 4, and our y is 3. And then we are just going to evaluate this. This is negative 12 minus 18. And that is a negative 30. Negative 30 is not greater than negative 20, so this is no, it is not a solution. Okay, so now here are some reminders about how to graph. Graphing inequalities is nearly the same as graphing equations, but again, we have two new rules. If we have a less than or a greater than, we're going to use a dashed or dotted line, and when you have the equal to, that line underneath tells us we're going to use a normal solid line. We're also going to have to shade all of our solutions. All right, so when you have y is greater than 2/5 x minus 3, we're going to go ahead, start at your y-intercept, down at negative 3, and then we'll go up to right 5, just like we're used to graphing. But now, because we don't have that equal to, we're going to have a dotted or dashed line. And then finally, as a reminder, if you have a greater than symbol, we're going to shade above our line. And if you have a less than symbol, we're going to shade below our line. So this is a greater than symbol, so I'm going to go ahead and shade above. Okay, and you should go all the way up to your line. Okay. All right, let's try another one. Number 3, we're going to have to solve for y first, so we're going to divide by negative 2. But remember, when we are dividing by a negative with inequalities, we have to flip our symbol. So you should have a less than symbol now. This is a negative 1/2 x, and negative 6 divided by negative 2 is a positive 3. All right, let's graph that. Y-intercept is at 3. Slope is a negative 1/2, down 1, right 2. Okay, go ahead, get that whole line graphed. Make sure to go the other direction as well. And now, since we, again, do not have that line underneath, that equal to line, this is a dotted line. This is a less than symbol, so don't forget to shade below the line. Okay. All right, let's keep going. Number 4, we are going to have to go ahead and solve for y first. And remember, that means we're going to have to move our 5x over. So we're going to add it since it's a negative. Bring down your 2y. Remember not to combine these. One has an x, one does not. This is just a 5x plus 2. And then we're dividing by our 2. It is a positive 2, so your symbol is going to stay the same. 5 over 2x. 2 divided by 2 is 1. All right, let's graph. Up at 1. Up 5, right 2. And this is our first line. We have the actual equal to line underneath, so we are going to go ahead and draw a normal solid line. This is a less than, so we're shading below. I know that this line is pretty steep, so it divides our coordinate grid into more left and right. So remember, just put your pencil on your y-intercept. Less than means go below. And when you move down, you see you're on the right side here, so we'll shade up to the right side. Try not to go over the line like I just did. Oh boy, I just lost the whole line. All right, we're going to stick with that. Try not to go over the line though. All right, so there you go. All right, so let's try one more like this. We're going to go ahead. We're going to solve for y. Again, that means we have to subtract our 3x. Make sure not to combine. Then we need to go ahead and divide by negative 4. Be careful, we are dividing by a negative. So not only are your signs going to change, but your symbol changes as well. Your greater than or equal to becomes a less than or equal to. 3/4 x, and this is a plus 4. All right, up 4, up 3, right 4. And we do have that line underneath, so we are going to go ahead and draw a solid line. And don't forget to shade. This is a less than symbol, and so we are shading below your line. Okay, now you have a question underneath here. Is 2, 4 a solution? 2, 4. There's 2, 4, and this is a yes, and we know because the point is in the shaded region. All right, so now number 6, see if you can remember what type of line this is. We used to use our phrase Hyvix. This is an X line, which makes this vertical. Go ahead and find your -3. Make sure you're on your x-axis, but again, you don't have a line that equal to, so make sure we have a dotted vertical line. And for vertical lines, we can't shade above or below, so we can only shade right or left. So only for vertical lines, when you see this greater than, it means we're going to shade to the right, because you can see that the numbers greater than -3 are on this side. Okay, so everywhere to the right. Now, is -3 2 a solution? That's right here. This is going to be a no, not because it's on the line particularly, but because it's on the dotted line. Okay. So this is kind of like it being on an open dot, right? It's not including that point. Finally, we have systems of equations review. We're going to write the equations that model the situations below. Last year, you mowed grass and shoveled snow for 10 households. You earn $180 per household for mowing lawns for the entire summer and $200 per household for shoveling for the entire summer. If you earned a total of $1,880, how many households did you mow and shovel for? So the first thing I'm going to do is look for my totals. One of my totals is $1,880. That's how much money I made. But another total is 10 because that's how many households I did this for. I'm going to use S for the number that I shoveled. And I'm going to use M for the number of lawns that I mowed. All right, and remember, money is always going to go together. So the $1,880 is money, so is the $180. That's for mowing, and $200 for shoveling. For the 10, that's just how many households there were, so that's just M plus S, the number I mowed plus the number I shoveled. All right, let's try one more like that. A sightseeing boat charges $5 for children and $8 for adults. On its first trip of the day, it collected $439. If 71 passengers were on the boat, how many children and how many adults were there? So again, we want to look for our totals. One of them is $439. That's our total amount of money. The other is going to be 71. That's my total number of passengers. And once again, money always goes together. Let's identify our variables, though. I think we probably want to use C and A. And again, it says how many children. So this is the number of children. And this is the number of adults. So 71 total people. This is just your C plus A. And then your money, $5 for each child, $8 for each adult, is going to go in the equation with the $439 because, again, that is money. All right. I hope that was helpful. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.